Landlords, I'm calling you right now. So I went to this cool little meeting the other day at my RIA, and at the RIA it was all landlord talk. I don't usually go to the landlord meetings because I just feel like I don't fit in to normal landlord life. I quite frankly don't even know what real landlord life is like, but when they were describing it when I was in this meeting, I was just like really thankful and blessed for the student housing niche that I'm in. So some of the complaints that I heard from regular landlords is that they kind of financially counsel their tenants so they make sure they get paid every month. And I was like, well, I don't do that. So then they said, well, we have to do lockouts. You know, people lock themselves out and they call us and we have to go open the door. And I was like, I've never had a lockout call. They were like, well, you know, then they call us because they need to see the house. It's 8 o'clock, they just got off work. It's the only time they can see it and they want to rent and they need to move in tomorrow. I'm like, I don't do that either. I only show during the daytime. And when I'm showing property, I'm usually showing it to lease it 8 months in advance, because with students, they only move out at a certain time of the year. So I'm never renting to somebody who needs a place tomorrow. And I bet those people don't plan very well, which probably means they may not pay their bills very well because they just realized they need a place to live tomorrow, right? So I was sitting in this meeting thinking, man, I don't have those problems. They also talked about people calling them all the time to fix stuff. And I was like, well, stuff doesn't break itself. Why are you fixing all this stuff? Students don't do that. And I know you're thinking, yeah, right. Well, I have mom and dad on the lease. So mom and dad get that lecture up front that says, hey, if the toilet handle breaks, it's because you broke it. Call someone to fix it, don't call me, right? The toilet paper holder doesn't just fall off. You probably broke it, so go fix it. And lastly, let's get really crazy about it. Like the hole that you punched in the wall, it didn't just get there, you did it. So you need to call someone to fix it, and it's not me. I'm not your mama, I'm not paying your bills for you, and I'm not fixing your problems, right? So I know that sounds like super harsh, but it was flabbergasting that I didn't have these problems in student housing that these other landlords had. So I just was really thankful that I've set this system and process up for student housing that has made it so simple and automated and no damages. It's almost worry-free. The other thing they complained about in the landlord meeting was checking all this credit and all the evictions and all these things people have been through, and you know, I don't even have enough time to sort through all of that to make a decision to pick a tenant. And I'm like, with college kids, I've never ran a background check. I've never checked their credit score. I don't even verify income. I don't verify their rental history. Y'all are thinking I'm crazy right now. But why do you need to do that if you're structured properly with student housing? That means I have 4 or 5 guarantors on my lease. If one doesn't pay me, the other ones are going to, because they're all responsible for the full amount of the rent. So I just wanted to just kind of point out, and I think landlords are awesome. I think what they do is incredible. I just realized how much simpler student housing was, and people are terrified of it because they think it's crazy animals. But really, I just have a whole lot of parents on board to make my system work perfect. So that is the difference between regular landlord life and student housing landlord life. And I self-manage everything with one assistant on board.